Good morning, everybody. I am Vismaya Rubin, founder of Living in Gratitude Today, three-time best-selling author. Apparently have a problem speaking today. Three-time best-selling author and former teacher of 20 years, and my favorite role really is a gratitude gangster. What? So today, I really wanted to talk about or share a story with you actually about how gratitude really is the key to happiness. And so about a week ago, I went to yoga. I go to yoga frequently, but this one particular time, I got there a few minutes late and I had to sit in the front of the class, which I don't particularly love because I don't like, everybody watching and seeing everything. And so I was in the front of the class, and it was actually a really beautiful experience because I had this epiphany, doing the postures, doing the movements, and I noticed that as the light's going down, right, what happens? It's dark and then there's a little bit of light, and I see the shadows, right? I see the shadows that my body's making through the postures and the different movements. And I almost start to laugh out loud because I see myself playing with them. I see myself moving and dancing with them, right? And I started to think about something. How do I apply this to my life? How does this really impact my life? Where do I see that I can dance with shadows more in my life if I chose to? So one of the things that I've been noticing lately is that whenever the mind monsters start, popping up, what I've noticed is that my reaction to them has been different. Because I believe what you resist persists. So if I ignore the mind monsters and pretend they're not there, and oh my God, I practice gratitude and nothing is happening and everything is perfect, guess what? They're there. And then they come out even more ferocious because they want to be heard, they want to be seen, they want to be known. So I've been paying attention to those conversations, but what I didn't realize I was doing was I was adding light into those dark places. And how did I add light? I was consciously asking myself, okay, so if this is what's going on, if this is what's making me uncomfortable, what's another way that I can look at it? What's another opportunity? What's another twist I can take on it? For example, let's say that somebody's supposed to call you and they don't call you, right? So all of a sudden the conversations come up. Well, why didn't this person call me? This person must not care about me. This person must not, want anything to do with me. All of those conversations start to pop up. And I'll tell you, I'm the first one to tell you that I tend to sometimes go that way. So because I've been practicing gratitude and really amping up my gratitude practice and really being conscious of what allows me to feel those things that I feel, and both positive ones and negative, and I don't want to use good and bad because I think they both tie in and they get to play together, right? Again, I can't dance with the shadows if I don't have dark and light. So as those thoughts are going through my head, I'm having conversations with myself saying, okay, so what's another way to look at this? What's the flip side? What's, what would be a positive way to look at it? Because again, if we don't give those thoughts, if we don't acknowledge them, and I'm not saying dwell on them, I'm saying this is what's so for me right now. Again, what you resist persists. So if I push, they're going to push back. If I push, they're going to push back. So I get to acknowledge them. And then I get to add the light in. And the light in is when I add my consciousness, I add my thoughts in, what am I making it mean? What happened versus what am I making it mean? And that's a very powerful conversation that I have. And I learned that about, 15 years ago. And really, when I allow myself to look at a situation in that way, what happened versus what am I making it mean, every time I go into the meaning that I'm giving it, and I recognize that could be causing me angst, could be causing me frustration, what that does is that adds light. And the more light that I bring in, the more beautiful my shadows are, right? I get to dance, I get to play. And really, isn't that what it's about? We want to dance and we want to play and we want to be as joyful as we can in life. Because really the one thing as human beings we want is to be connected to others. And when we're living in those dark spaces, what it does is it disconnects us. It keeps us separate. It keeps us in those thoughts. It keeps us in the mind monsters. It keeps us playing with those dark places or playing in those dark places. And that's not really a fun place to be. So I invite you really today to Every time that conversation is happening, like it's not pleasurable, acknowledge it. And then ask yourself, what happened and what am I making it mean? And give yourself permission to, number one, experience and to acknowledge the mind monsters. And then add a little bit of light, shine the light on. Ask yourself, what am I making it mean? What's another possible way of looking at this scenario? What's another possible way of approaching it? And sometimes the truth is that we don't know, we don't have an answer, we don't have a solution, and that sometimes is much better and feels much better and resonates with you more than having a conversation called "This happened because XYZ." Well, maybe this happened and I don't know why. This person didn't call me, oh, because he doesn't care, he doesn't love me, he doesn't want to be with me, he doesn't blah, 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 blah. Well, maybe it happened because, I don't know. So again, play with those conversations. When that happens, start to notice where you're going, what path you're going down, and then stop yourself and really take a very clear look on what meaning you're making it. And I can tell you this, in my own experience, is that when I have those real conversations with myself, what I get to see is all the other deliciousness in my life. I get to see I get to feel more connected to people. I get to feel more connected with myself. And that's simply because I get to have a conversation. So today, I invite you really to go out and stop the mind monsters by asking yourself, what am I making it mean? And then what you're gonna see is that all these spaces open up and all this deliciousness comes in, and you get to dance with the shadows, and you get to play, and you get to love people more, and you get to experience them more. And really, you're gonna end up with all of these things that you get to write down in your gratitude journals, you get to write down, and cherish and keep with you forever. So again, I invite you to play with the shadows, bring the shadows in by adding more light, right? Bring in more dance partners by adding in more light. Ask yourself what's happening versus what am I making it mean? And, just play. Just open your heart, open your mind, open your being to receiving more gifts, more joy, more love, and more things to be grateful for. So if you like the message today and you have not subscribed yet to our channel, please, please, please hit the subscribe button below. Click on the little bell. It will let you know every time a live video is coming on, and I can promise you more live videos are coming. And I wish you a very happy holiday, very Merry Christmas, and a day filled with joy, love, and moments, many, many, many moments of gratitude that you create or that you are open to receiving.